Hello, I'm Bryan Thao Worra, an Lao Minnesotan poet, and I'm here to welcome you to my YouTube channel, often known as the Laomagination project. If you're here, I think it's because you may have an interest in poetry, or many of the other things that I'm very interested in as well, such as art, culture, refugees and immigrants, travel, especially roadside attractions, and the foods that we find along the ways. Maybe a couple of animals, maybe a few other curious things as well. But first and foremost, I created this channel for poets who have a deep sense of imagination and adventure. And speaking to you, I want to assure you the journey is possible, that there are many exciting things that you can find along the way, if you open yourselves up to it, and if you seek it out with great curiosity. To me, the poet's trajectory is not one that is set in stone, how we achieve certain credentials in school or publications here or there or anything else of that sort. I want to share with you what I've learned over the years and to encourage you to go out and explore your own sites and to find the things that bring out the passion in you, to find out what it can really mean to be a poet in the world and to have poetry in your life on a regular basis. Particularly how powerful that becomes when we respect our imagination, our creativity, our search for the things that frighten us, that bring us joy, the strange stories, the myths that don't always fit in conveniently with the other stories that we may have heard or the things that are passed off as history. As a poet, part of my philosophy comes from the idea that our best work doesn't come from what we can create when conditions are perfect, but when they're most challenging. I often tell my students that the work of a poet isn't about words on a page or sounds in an ear, but it's about souls talking to souls. I'm often criticized for thinking that many of you will perhaps spend too much for an MFA compared to what you can learn firsthand from going onto the road and seeking out the strange, the unusual, the most beautiful, the most scary, and the most ambitious things that you can, talking to others. One of the important things I'd like to encourage you all to do is to go out and seek both the outer and the inner worlds, to have an appreciation not only for who we have been and who we are, but who we might yet be. I'm Bryan Thao Worra, and if you've stayed with the introduction to this channel for this long, I thank you and I appreciate you, and I certainly welcome you to click like and subscribe, as they say, and I'll see you on the road or somewhere else even more unexpected.